Famous movie spy. The creator of Squid Game explains heavy Season 2 finale death, mid-credits scene hints, and the release date of Season 3. Spoiler alert, the Season 2 finale of Squid Game, which is currently available on Netflix, has significant spoilers in this article. That's it for now. Ji-Hun's Lee Young-jae best buddy Young-bae Lee Seo-hwan was brutally murdered in front of Ji-Hun as the 7th and final episode of Squid Game Season 2 came to a close.
게임의 공정한 진행과 비밀 유지를 위해 진행 요원들의 얼굴과 신상은 공개하지 않는 것을 원칙으로 하고 있습니다. 이해 바랍니다.
After Ji-Hun organizes a player revolt in the current game, Young-bae is shot dead by the frontman, Lee Byung-hun, the supervisor of Squid Game. Although the death is stunning, terrible, and horrifying in and of itself, the audience finds it much more gory than Ji-Hun because, in contrast to our hero, they are aware of the frontman's true identity. He is In-ho, a former Squid Game champion who currently serves as the chief guard. In order to win Ji-Hun and Young-bae's trust,
여기 우승한 사람들인데 뭐가 걱정이야? 다 한번
and appear to support their cause and rebellion, In-ho has spent the entire game pretending to be player 001, also known as no-eul, and getting to know them. However, he eventually puts on his frontman mask once more and murders Young-bae as retribution against Ji-Hun. With just one season remaining, creator of Squid Game
3번 공기놀이, 4번 팽이 돌리기, 5번 제기차기입니다. 각각의 미션을 모두 통과하여 5분 내에 결승점에 들어오면 성공입니다.
Hwang Dong-hyuk discussed his plans for Season 3 and the series finale with Variety. He also discussed the Season 2 finale, which includes the mid-credits scene that teases an unfamiliar version of the Squid Game with new male and female versions of the giant, deadly laser-eyed red light, green light dolls. Unbeknownst to Ji-Hun, the frontman, In-ho/no-eul kills Young-bae in front of Ji-Hun, causing him to scream in despair as the pink guards restrain him and make him watch his friend bleed out. This major cliffhanger marks the conclusion of Squid Game Season 2. You ended the season here, but why? Seasons 2 and 3 were part of a single, lengthy story arc when I first created them. Additionally, I had intended to write this story over the course of 8 or 9 episodes. But when I finished it, it amounted to over 10, which I felt was too much for one season. Therefore, I wanted to have a sufficient point at which I could wrap up the second season before moving on to the third. And if you look at Ji-Hun's story, you see that all of his attempts to stop the game fail. The first one, which involved enlisting these mercenaries and attempting to plant a tracking device, failed. The second attempt, which involved trying to convince people to vote so they could leave the game, failed as well, and the third and final attempt, which involved uniting people and starting a rebellion, failed as well. As a result of all his mistakes,
괜찮아. 저 여자는 원래 동그라미였어.
7번.
he has to deal with the terrible crisis of losing Young-bae, his best friend, to the frontman. And when you consider Ji-Hun's trip, I felt that was a suitable point to halt and provide him with some closure along that lengthy storyline. How is Ji-Hun going to continue his objective in the third season after that, with immense guilt and a sense of failure hanging heavily on him? That is the tale that will be told. What can you reveal about the plot of the last episodes of the series?
감사하자는 건가요?
이번 기회를 놓치면 더 큰 희생을 치르게 될 겁니다.
And when can we anticipate the premiere of Season 3? I want to exercise caution, since whatever I say at this point will be a spoiler. What I can tell, though, is that we should be revealing the Season 3 premiere date shortly following the release of Season 2.
저 계단 위에 있는 가면 쓴 놈들의 본부로 가려고 합니다. 우리 이곳을 가둔 놈들을 잡아서 이 게임을 끝내고 그 죄값을 치르게 할 겁니다.
That should premiere sometime in the summer or fall of next year, I think. What would Ji-Hun be like now that he has lost everything, including his best buddy, and all of his endeavors have failed? according to the third season's plot. What condition will Ji-hun be in? What is he going to decide to do? Will he carry out his mission? Will he persevere or give up? Consequently, you will meet us at the third season starts. Ji-hun is at a very important turning point in his life. In season 2, Ji-hun will be a different person. Will the format of the program alter in season 3 after Ji-hun and a significant number of other participants rebelled against the front man and the pink guards in season 2? Now that so many participants have interfered with the system, how will they be able to resume the regularly scheduled Squid Game? You can get a sneak peek at where season 3 might lead you if you watch the hidden footage that plays after the closing credits of the final episode of season 2. For now, I believe that's all I have to say. Which game from season 2 was the most enjoyable to shoot and why? The pentathlon, I would suggest, in addition to being the most difficult to shoot. I believe I personally enjoyed viewing it the most once we were done. This is particularly true since you receive 5 smaller games in a single round of games. Like in season 1, I also wanted to highlight these real kid-friendly games that Koreans played growing up, particularly the ones I played myself. I would say that shooting the pentathlon was perhaps the most fulfilling since it allowed me to showcase 5 distinct games to the globe in a single round. Regarding the rest of the series, what would you like to hint at? It will improve with every episode. The plot will get better with each season, becoming more complex, intense, and unquestionably more entertaining. Therefore, make sure to watch it through to the conclusion.